Let's get this show on the road. So, shall we? Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. A verdict which you must decide. Is the defendant, Vera Misham, innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Courtroom number 3. Preparation complete. Something inside me. Rising, surfacing. Okay, episode 4. Turnabout Succession. Something important.
Hello, motherfucker.
Yo, hello, Spirit! Lost long ago. It's closed now. So close. Here we go! Here we go! The final trial, baby. Yo, what up, Sake 2? Buenos dias, mate. Buenos dias. Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham. You released the Mason system? Yeah, I did last night. Thankfully, thank God it's done. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Prosecution's ready to rock. Prosecutor Kevin, how is the defendant Vera Misham's condition? Acute atropine poisoning, according to her physician. She could die at any time. Thus, her absent from the courtroom today. You have a few things to do before work today, so I will be looking for now. Alright, Sake! Thanks for the lurky! Gee, I wonder who did the murder. I wonder who did the murder, man. I mean, we know the mastermind 7 years ago, and who poisoned her too, Vera Misham, is Christoph Gavin. Like, we know for sure. Or I think I know. I think. You know? What? What? They can't put her on trial without her being here. It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's being a little harsh. They can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only be caused at grief. The records of this case and experience tell us this. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right, if Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Oh, and we found out, you know, Apollo is the son of she's gone. You know, son of Teresa, what's it called? Teresa. Oh, the picture's gone too. Thalassa, right? Thalassa, I don't remember. I mean, he got the bracelet. I'm not going to let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtain all these years. Hi, Trade. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. Very well. Your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin. The prosecution's case is unchanged by recent events. What if Vera Misham succumbed to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt of what she'd done. But Vera was poisoned with that atropine. The exact same poison that took her father's life. And I think I know how she got poisoned too. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have access to the poison. Significant since it's rather hard to come by. That is true. In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday. Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objections, I see no reason to postpone a verdict. What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. And if that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. And boom. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Easy. Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was. Easy too. The prosecution's objection is sustained. I asked the defense to prove its claim to this court. Do you know how she was poisoned? I know how she was poisoned. I think I know. I have a very good clue how she got poisoned. That's how Vera Michelle was poisoned. I got two things to prove her. Oh well, who did it and how, which to how. Show how. I think I know how. How did the killer poison Vera Michelle? I will focus first on the method used. You are being asked, so I guess you have to know by now. Any comments before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin? Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body. I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Michelle? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. What method was used to poison Vera Michelle? The nail polish. That's right. That's right. Because Christoph had it too, man. Christoph had it too in the jail. What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle. I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Oh, something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all. So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it. As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is a nail polish. Nail polish. It's like paint for nails. No any woman with red nails. Oh, my wife has red nails. I see, so she's been painting them all this time. Let's recall yesterday's trial. Remember when Vera was testifying to a court? Her fingernails. Oh, she was chewing her fingernails. Whenever Vera became nervous, she had a habit of biting her nails. Her nails. Oh! Prosecutor Gavin. When the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? Bailiff! Have them check the defendant's nails at once, Mr. Justice! Yes? Do you know who did it? Do you know who put poison in that nail polish? Yes. That bottle belongs to Vera Michelle? Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? No, just checking. Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with that chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation. Here, let me show you. Understood, Your Honor. No problem, I know what I'm doing this time. Then let's ask. Who poisoned Vera Michelle with her via her nail polish? Christoph Gavin, baby. That's right, baby. What's this? Christoph Gavin? What's your game? My bro? There's no way he could do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else. Indeed. He is behind bars. I know. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. What? Ask yourselves. When he put the poison in the bottle. It could have been yesterday. Could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago. Or perhaps it was 7 years ago. But Christoph Gavin had no motive for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable. Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all. Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness. Fine. I have known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurked at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Okay, the defense's wish is granted. Let Prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand. Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing in solitary cell 13 at Central Prison. Oh bye. Your Honor, how nice to see you again. It's been quite a while, hasn't it? To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know, Mr. Christoph Gavin. Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. Why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss? Stiff upper lip, Apollo, you can do it. Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadone nail polish? Why yes, I used it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet. And? Was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? Admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste indeed. This nail polish was how Vera Misham was poisoned. At Kunine, was it? You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin. Even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier, maybe you can explain this. You're being accused again. By him again. And? You agree with his accusation, do you? Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please. I'd be delighted. The charges against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of poisoning of the defendant Vera Misham. Please testify on this matter to the court. Okay. Owning the same nail polish does not a mother make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case holds she poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Sure, you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too. Yes, I am! Because you are! Because you literally are, mate. Well... I'm afraid the defense claim is sounding rather unlikely. Naturally. For one, I don't even know the Mishams. Isn't that so, Mr. Justice? Very well, Mr. Justice. Begin your cross-examination. I'm accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss. But I know he's poisoned the Mishams. The question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention, why. When? Literally 7 years ago. Oh, we got the bracelet on, huh? Okay, it's sliding. I think I have an idea about this though, right? Because it is him. He poisoned it. Let me test this. Let's see if I can perceive anything. Anything to perceive? Anything at all? Eyes okay? Oh! It's moving! Gotcha! Mr. Gavin, you're nervous about something. There is that finger pointing at me so rudely. Oh no, is it wrong? What? And that desperate gleam in your eyes, it's quite disturbing actually. Perhaps because you have no more faith in your own logic, which is why you cling to your dubious power. Confident or not, I come a long way, Mr. Gavin. Just a little more to go. I need a word. There must be some word that sends shivers down his spine. A word? Bruh. What? Huh? Huh? What do you mean? Huh? That wasn't it? It was moving! What the fuck? Why he has a scar? What the fuck he has a scar? Do I perceive that? Kek? Kek? Why Kek? It is moving, look at this finger. Unless it's this one. Huh? Oh! Oh! It's a skull! Bruh! Literally bruh indeed! What the fuck? Gotcha! Literally? Literally. Oh, come on. It was you. Yeah, you were looking at the wrong part. It was you who killed Drew Misham. Oh, a blood worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father too. Your hand tensed unnaturally and a little devil appeared to give me the news. The devil, man! That's what Vera said back then, remember? And let's assume for the sake of argument that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Misham in front of nail polish too? Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth. Ah. Then I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Misham was killed on October 6th. While I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is. But you found a way, all the same. And I found it too. This is how you poisoned Mr. Misham. Where is it? That one. I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. The night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. Archer kunai was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin. So am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon? Yes, you are. Oh, and yes, this stamp was found in your prison cell. The devil. That is all, Your Honor. Order! Poison on the back of the stamp. After Trumisha was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's when he found the stamp. You made Trumisha write you a letter. That's how you killed him. What? My. Okay, so it is a fact that, you know, Phoenix Wright did go after him and, you know, talk to him and everything. But how did Apollo get all these, you know, all this evidence when we were playing as, you know, as Phoenix? Or is that, you know, how the Mason system? I don't know how the Mason system, you know, was Phoenix, Apollo in the Mason system or something? Or what the fuck? How does this all work? I'm quite confused myself. How did Apollo get all these, you know? My. You have sent my poor brother to the point of uselessness. Allow me to clarify this matter, Justice. All you... I guess Phoenix gave it to him? I guess that makes sense, you know, he would give it to me, all the evidence and everything. And told him everything about 7 years ago and what happened till now. All you just do is to recall witness Spark Crusher's testimony. Well, that's the thing. See, after he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham said the judge in his desk of something. A stamp. Hostage. Who's looking for a stamp? Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp. What are you getting at? What I'm arriving at is that this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was a mere coincidence that he used in that night. That would seem to be the case. Or perhaps you mean to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence? He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use that stamp? Yeah, this one, I think, right? He had the yellow. Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder. What? Really, Clavier? You should be seen through those weak spine blobs by now. He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Misham would use that stamp that night? At least of all, Christoph Gavin locked away in his cell. Well, it seems that the defense has run out of things to say. You assume he had something to say in the first place. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff. I'm not sure I agree with you there, Christoph. Clavier? Honestly, I wanted to believe you. But the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were, Christoph! What are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin? Hair forehead? What was your accusation again? Huh? Oh, it was that this poison stamp killed the true Misham, yeah? To which my brother responded thusly. There was no way to know that Misham would use the stamp. Yes, that's right, which is why it couldn't have been planned. Tell me it needs to be planned. Why? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that True Misham died by that stamp. That's all. Coincidence? Christoph, you tried to slip out from under his accusation by changing the subject. That's not bluffing, what is it? What are you up to, Clavier? I could ask you the same question, Christoph. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency. But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony. Very well. I should take his claim head on then. Justice? What? You accuse me of True Misham's murder, yes? Then, allow me to ask you. What possible reason could I have to kill a painter? Apollo motive. He's talking about a motive. Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter. Now here's something, why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid if Asparo he might lose. So what does it mean? It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe I have some evidence to prove a motive. Motive for murder, this is a vital, if not the most vital element in this case. Please consider this when making your statement. I'd say it's about this vital. That's pretty vital. Well, Mr. Justice, I'm going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I like to present evidence. Then let's see what you have for us. What reason did Christoph Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Misham? Isn't it obvious? Christopher Gavin's motive becomes clear when he even considered why the stamp came to the Drew Misham studio in the first place. And why was that? Forgery, Your Honor. Go back 7 years, Drew Misham accepts his first job creating forged evidence. I've seen that before. 7 years ago, man. A page from diary, wasn't it? Magnified Cranberry's diary. When attorney Phoenix Pride lost his badge, yes. He gave it to him back then, or to Phoenix. This was the evidence he presented to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request this forgery be made? That was never proven. The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? Why would they? Just out of curiosity. Do you remember this letter? This is the first page. And this is the second. Those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Misham by the client who requested that forgery. The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Misham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old? The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connections to the forgery, to keep them from talking. But he made a mistake. That was a picture of my favorite magician, so kept it. So yeah. The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Her forehead? Do you understand what you're telling us? The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham was none other than Phoenix Wright. The music. Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, then how will it go down? I checked through the records of that case when I found this. 7 years ago, just before the trial began. And one more thing. I filed from your previous attorney only yesterday. Play cards. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. He didn't have time to request a forgery. The day before? Now here's the question. Just who was Shady Nigma's previous defense attorney? No, this can't all be... But it is all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you! Christoph Gavin! Order, order, order! What is the meaning of this? Witness, I mean defendant, former lawyer. Let me begin by denying this. Objection! It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin, and impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly do you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim? That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield. Objection! Her forehead. Are you sure you don't have evidence? What's wrong with the prosecutor, Gavin? He looks clammy. Evidence! Evidence that shows this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that fortune 7 years ago. Clavier? Just prove it! Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case. He must have thought of some evidence. Apollo! Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of him and prove this only if I can. What proves Christoph Gavin's link to Drew Misham? Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested the fortune of Drew Misham 7 years ago. Prove it. It can be proven. Simply ridiculous. Why even discuss it? This evidence does not. Objection! Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then I say we give him the benefit of the doubt. Very well. But if you're wrong about this, be prepared for penalty. And I'll prove it with the metal detector. Your Honor, you do the defense and injustice. Mr. Justice is clearly passionate about his claim. Did the penalty not match his passion? Oh! I haven't given a penalty like that in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice? Fine, Your Honor. All I have to do prove is any kind of link. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to Drew Misham. And I have something that clearly does the job. Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and Drew Misham. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter right now. No. 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 Nope. Nope. But Drew Misham, this one. This evidence proves there's a link. Objection! That scrap of paper? I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting. Oh no, forged evidence? Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this? Ah, I see now. Yes, of course. What do you mean, of course? Don't you remember I had a visitor yesterday? Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail. Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell? No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit. But if it's forgery, it's not a very good one. The handwriting is terrible. This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter. Reproduction? When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. What? Oh, smart, very smart. He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail. Very smart. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on a video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney who's suspected of forgery. Prosecutor Gavin? Prosecutor Gavin? And as embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgments at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please. The defense's claim is denied. What? Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record. Better luck next time, Justice. What the? What the? Well, we have suddenly taken a detour from our cross-examination. But the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavin at this point. Paul, do something. I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't have anything that I can use on him. Very well, this ends the special witnesses cross-examination. The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why. Prosecutor Gavin? Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years. And I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Christoph? Clavier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine? Or yours? Let's take a moment to consider everything you have built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Clavier. Apollo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin. Prosecutor Gavin, try to remember. What's really important to you? It's the truth, of course. You amuse me, her forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me, even if I try. In fact, I haven't. Not even once. 7 years ago. Finally. I'm familiar with the trial. I watched the video several times. Didn't you find anything unnatural about it? Unnatural? Well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence. And the next moment, you calling Drew Misham. It was almost as if he knew. Almost as if what? Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if, from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence. Oh, correct. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Phoenix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clavier! I knew because you told me. Kristoff! What? What? Nani? It was the night before the trial. Clavier. Kristoff, odd seeing you at the prosecutor's office the day before the trial. And I won't be appearing in the trial actually. How? Why not? I won't be facing off with you on your first trial apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney who will be in my place tomorrow is not to be trusted. Don't even give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then, I wonder about it at the time. How did Kristoff know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Kristoff, we were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserve that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case. The victim's belongings, which would have included Magnifi's diary, wouldn't it? Mr. Gavin? My Clavier, you disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest. You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin. You can't sweep this under the rug, not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial. Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing. Apollo, I think we are finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We have done everything we could. I hope it's enough. 7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gramarye. 2 cards. Oh, again. This freaking again. 1 card. Showdown time. Enough. You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go. To be honest, I don't know what his reasons were to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismissed me as his representation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion. Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete. Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Kristoff Gavin. I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright? Second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs? He dismissed me, and then with that pitiful excuse for a man, he deserved to die for that error alone. Hold it. So the one who requested that forgery was... Oh, I'm not admitting to anything, mister. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramarye both deserved what they got. So he asked Mr. Misham to forge that evidence. So you could win? But then, when you were dismissed as Sacramary's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him. You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly. This guy, man. This son of a crap. Incredible. If I wasn't laughing, I'd weep. Prosecutor Gavin? Perfectly? You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself. What are you talking about, Clavier? Tell me, how did that trial end? Cancelled, when the defendant vanished. Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years. What? You were afraid your fortune would be revealed, and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance. So you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years. You know, he always felt like he was being watched. Oh! Wait just a minute. Sacramary was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being constant in years? He was Shady Smith, man. Finally. I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Sacramary gone missing for 7 years. Choose his father. What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him. Right, leave it to me. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler. I remember him quite well. Shady Smith, was it? Posing in a Chinese restaurant? Tragic. The details don't really matter right now. What matters is that that traveler was Sacramary. What is it, Apollo? Huh? Keep going. We'll talk about it later. Did she already know? Oh. Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this? It all started 7 years ago. The great magician Magnified Cramary's death started it. Magnified Cramary's death and his twin Zack Cramary, the suspect. Whoever this defendant Zack in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence. Drew Misham? Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precautions when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin? Precautions? To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you planned your poisoning of the forgers. Article 9. Apply to a commemorative stamp. Bad luck was on Mr. Misham's side. The bomb didn't go off. His daughter? She saved him by taking the stamp, I see. But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariandoni nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails. Oh, that nail polish was her good luck charm. It was his insurance. Insurance? As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she'd become nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years, and then they went off almost simultaneously. If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for such a long periods of time. Mr. Gavin! Have you heard a single thing we have said? What a plan! Yeah, what a plan indeed, Robo. The guy, man, he planned, but now, then he had to wait for 7 years. Oh, I listened quite closely to your little tale, thanks to a little girl. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Clavier, sure you understand. We are back to the evidence. The lacking evidence. It's all up to evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the Achuko 9 that took Drew Misham's life.
Objection!
What about the restaurant? You killed Sakura Marie to keep him from talking. I killed no man of that name. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive.
Objection!
Okay, then why did you kill him? I pled my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial has been finished for 6 months now. Wow! I'm afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here. No, but you were doing so good, Apollo! As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent. Your Honor, Phoenix Wright has spent 7 years collecting this evidence. You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails? What? It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What? What? Evidence is everything. There is nothing more. I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion. Your Honor, Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well. However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Is that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yes, Kristoff, you are right. That is, you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system. That's right. I totally forgot then. The jurist system. Jurist, you say? The current judicial system has been deemed too close off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law. Common citizens? Wisdom? Is this some kind of joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless, emotional mob of irrational mouth breathers? Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law. Nonsense! There's only one room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riff-raff out, I say. They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. Oh, he's vetting. How can you allow this? Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright? Oh, he's mad. Clearly insulting the jurors who are going to pass judgment on the defendant. They are live streaming to the jury. Don't forget to like and subscribe. So yeah, so everything was leading to this. Of course, right. Egon Bozo. He went Super Saiyan. I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. Law? The law is everything. Law is absolute. You'd let ignorant swine swallow your courts? Kristoff, it's over. Clavier? The law is absolute. You can't be serious. What? Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for loopholes. The law is an absolute. It's filled with contradictions. The law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing, growing, nurturing. It is our task as a human beings. Except for you, Kristoff, you aren't changing. You've stopped. You're not needed anymore. Ooh! You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday I'll know what law is. And I'll fight to change it if I have to. I see no need for further to prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham accused of murdering her father. The painter True Misham, however, several other incidents were reviewed and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. My decision. Jurist of the court. For the death of True Misham, how do you find the defendant Vera Misham? Innocent or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter. It's been a while, let me just save though. I vote! Guilty! Not guilty! Guilty! Not guilty! Not guilty. What the? Jurist Chambers. This ends the trial for this case. Huh? Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. But the decision cannot be reached today. It may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Come on, it's so clear though. Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Faye, please. Wait. Yes, jurist number 6? There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurist. That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case. With the development of the case. I see. Does that answer your concern? It's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. Yeah, they went back like, you know, in the great Ace Attorney. They went like, you know, they went back in time in a way. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Judge wisely, judge well. Judge wisely. Hey! No! Hey! Oh, I know that woman, man! That's the mom! Hello? So do you want to win or do you want to lose? I want to lose. Guilty! Yeah, I knew it! I freaking knew that bracelet, man! And so a verdict was reached on October 9, 12:14 p.m. The rest verdict under the jury system. A hung jury, the final verdict would have to wait for the following day. But fate had different plans. That night, defendant Vera Misham's condition worsened. She died in her hospital bed. Oh, she died! Have you said before you did that? I think I did. Her verdict was postponed for eternity. Eternity? Oh, it's like that? Okay, where is this? Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. I mean, she died. I guess that was the bad ending. Not guilty. Ta-da-da-da-da. Ta-da-da-da-da. And so a verdict was reached on October 9. Okay, same. The first verdict under the surgery system innocent by a unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed. What is this? I want to lose guilty. Oi, what is this? What is this? What is this? So do you want to win or do you want to lose? I want to lose. Guilty! Yeah, guilty it is! I freaking knew that bracelet, man! Guilty, man! Oh, shit! That when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gavin laughed. He laughed? I laughed louder than I ever heard before or since. Was that ramen background? Ramen background? Ramen? Oh, yeah, I was back. Yeah, it is. A laugh that echoed in the halls of Chastity lingered for what seemed like an hour. You have the same kind of computer? Hey, let's go, Spirit! Let's go! October 10th, 8:30 a.m. the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. I usually have a wallpaper engine on, but I shut it off usually when streaming, just in case, you know, something happens. Vera Michelle opened her eyes. Whoa, Vera, I'm so glad. Don't cry, Apollo. I don't bother with wallpaper since I don't usually look at my background. True. Yeah, true though. I'm happy to and proud you did well, Apollo. When I thought about what if Vera, Hey now, don't you start crying too. I'm sorry you had to see us like this. Vera? Thank you so much, Apollo. Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have pressed you like that. If I hadn't, you never would have bitten your nails. No, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm. Vera, when I opened my eyes and saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world. To see things with your own eyes. Looks like that poison had some effect after all. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life. I knew you pulled through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future. I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you. No, really, it's okay. Oh, look, it's me. I love it. Thanks. What the? Oh, is that me? It's a Bonnie. Bonnie. She really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least. It reminds me, do you know where the other lawyer is? The other lawyer? Oh, you mean Daddy. Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no. No. That's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that. He brought all of those things for me when he came to visit earlier. You mean that stack of videos? Mr. White finished watching them all? You know, I knew my real daddy was alive. Huh? I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom. You did? What? How? I'm not telling. He promised me that that day he went away. We may not meet again for some time, Trucy, but know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Gramarye, after all. Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he? It's okay if Phoenix is my daddy now, even if he can't really play the piano. That he can. Oh, and I've got you too, even if your voice is kinda loud sometimes. Glad I made you a list. Hey, come to think of it. Where's Daddy? The one who can play? Do you know, Apollo? I think he said he had to meet someone. I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Hehe. Oh, Chuzi? Yes, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it? Oh, he's not being knighted yet. Here goes, do us an impersonation, Mr. Hat. Objection! Ahem. Not loud enough, and I like Miss Magic underwear better anyway. That's magic panties, Apollo. Magic panties? Phoenix! So, your memory's returned. Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan too? I don't know what you are talking about. Oh, it must be the woman! The mom! When I lost my memory, I was reborn as Lamiroar. Oh my god! No! No way! Wait, it was No! No shot! But you knew my true identity, did you not? That is why you chose me as one of your jurists. You're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy. Of course it is a happy thing. For so long I thought I was alone. But now I know I have children. 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This too, I think, is thanks to you. Are you going to tell them? They do not know? Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings. I will go to them when the time is right. Until then, don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still, I have to keep an eye on her at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Aww. Your bracelet. When the time is right, which to this day has not yet happened. Wait, has that yet happened? Bruh, this game came out 2007 though, right? Bruh. Yes. I've seen a lot of my mysterious things these past 7 years. Yeah, they really need to get on that. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine, and I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. Such a small thing, that bullet, yet it tore who I was away. Chiefs. 10 years ago during a simple rehearsal. Who shot? It was a miracle no one died. But I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the trope, my family. Now, my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I am glad to be alive, Mr. Wright. Speaking of miracles, Vera Misham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are. It is a strange thing, fate. Sometimes a life is taken. Sometimes a life is spared. You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they got something worth living for. And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I think I'll keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time. Gotta go Courts of Steel. Here comes justice. Objection! So does, Apollo Justice story ever continue? So what do I think? Pretty solid. Pretty solid. It's not bad as, than I expected. It's not that bad. Except the third case. But in the next 2 games, if that's what you're asking. Okay, nice. But there's Phoenix too, though. On the cover, there's young Phoenix. So... but this game is either hated or loved by a lot of people. But the only thing I feel kind of like, the characters, new characters, they don't like, like Clavier. I don't know about Clavier. He's pretty okay, but not like a compared to Edgeworth or Von Seek, is it Von Seek? In great as it's not like this. He's not at the same high standard yet. Gonna in the first camp, but it's okay. I would say this game is okay, not super great. It's funny over thinking about it. I've been piano played longer than I was a lawyer. Now that everything's sorted out, I got time on my hands. I'm gonna take some lessons, or maybe I'll take the bar exam again. I think the premise behind the game is nice, but the fact that they include Phoenix is not your favorite. I think Phoenix was the only character, plus Emma, plus Mike Meekins. We got to meet Scumshoe in the past. Which doesn't make any sense. How does this player, the attorney, have the power to overhaul the legal system? Yeah, true. Are these parts second rate? Also, they have to put it to have a Phoenix need a bad thing force evidence in the name of justice lesson, but nobody really talks about it after he does it. Was just like, look, I presented force evidence. Olga. But out of all the Ace Attorney games I played so far, yeah, this is probably the bottom tier for sure. Not gonna lie. Bottom tier for me. So Kentucky pastries. Kentucky's pastries! Remember how I said the Pursuit team is criminally underused? Did you notice it didn't play at all on the final trial day? Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, I didn't hear it at all. Yeah, the game is really well thought out, but they had a lot of opportunities too that they didn't take. Very true. It felt kind of rushed, at least in my opinion. Like, they could have at least put probably another episode. And give us like an episode 0 first, episode 0 and but yeah, they very underused the music though. The music team for sure. For the record, Shu Takumi, the guy who created Ace Attorney, did not want Phoenix to show up at all in this game. Then what changed? Who changed his mind then? What changed? Why did they include Phoenix at all then? Oh, Capcom executives wanted Phoenix because he was popular. Aye. When the creator of Ace Attorney, says he doesn't and they go against it. Aye, the Panty Thief. The Panty Thief. Oh, this guy. I also think the ending is kind of anticlimactic since you already proved Christoph guilty in the first case. Would have been a lot better if you lost that case or convicted. Or yeah, that could be a lot more hype. If you lost the first case, and then the final case would be against Christoph, put him in jail this time. More anticlimactic for sure. Light has returned to my life and with joy. I have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song. In the end, Apollo and Juicy never got to meet their mom. The way they end up doing it, you just add another life sentence or two. Brussels. Best of any AA game though? Best host? Really now? You just keep painting? Originals only, of course. I suppose I'll have to see a bit of the world outside to find out what to paint. But I know there are good people out there now. You agree? What's the point of taking down someone that's already in jail? Does he get a downgrade from his luxury cell or something? Luxury cell to a normal cell. Hey. Black is green. Capcom. Well, that's the game. That's Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, so-called Ace